channel Unplugged. Today we're going to do something a little bit that's a little exciting, a little fun. We're going to mess around with dry ice. Now, I am Jesse with
Ceci Vallejo.
and this is a perfect way to demonstrate what dry ice is. It's safe, it's fun, and it's a perfect time to play around with this around Halloween. It's very inexpensive, and I'm going to show you a couple of cool tricks around using dry ice and some of the household items that we may have to make this a little bit more fun. So, my first question is, do you know what dry ice is?
No, what is it?
So dry ice is actually carbon dioxide. It's usually mainly used for cooling agent. It's about negative 110 Fahrenheit, which is negative 79 Celsius. Now, dry ice is extremely cold, so we do recommend, actually, do not grab it in your own hands. What I'm going to do is go ahead and grab thick leather gloves, because dry ice is extremely cold, and compared to our temperature, it can actually cause some damage to the skin. So then go ahead and get the dry ice out, and we can demonstrate how regular heat can create a combustion with active dry ice. So here we have a block of dry ice. You can find this at your local grocery store. It's about $2 a pound or so. This is really extremely cold. As you can tell, all the fog. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate something really cool so you can kind of know exactly how this reacts to heat. Now, this is called a sublimation, which is a phase of change of solid to gas. So what I'm going to do is grab this spoon. Now, this spoon, we haven't touched it. This is a regular temperature. In our skin, we're going to go ahead and feel that. It's going to feel kind of cold. But according to dry ice, it's going to feel extremely hot. So I want you to go ahead and leave it on there, and I want you to hear the sound it creates. Go ahead and leave it on. And move it around. So as you can tell, the heat is on a regular temperature will create sounds that are extremely loud with dry ice. And to demonstrate that, what I'm going to do is to heat up the spoon using some breathing technique.
Oh, wow.
So if you can tell, if you're to grab this with your hands, you're going to feel a lot of pain. Try it out one more time.
So, of course, when we're doing science experiments, we always want to follow safety measures.
Yes, yes.
We'll go ahead and post them also on the video.
So the main thing with this one is going to be eye safety bags and gloves. You do not want to grab this, like I said, and what you want to do is make sure that when you break the ice, it doesn't land onto your face. So, all right, so go ahead and crush the ice, go ahead and give it a good whack, make sure that you get some chunks in there.
Do I aim for the middle
You
here?
can aim for that sides, the middle.
Okay, here we go.
All right, let's see if we got some pieces. Okay, good, perfect. You know what, let's go ahead. Oh, that's perfect for me. Okay, so for our first experiment, we're going to go ahead and show you the combination of water, just basic water, with some dry ice. So I want you to go ahead and grab a chunk of dry ice and just dip it inside this clear. Well, let's go with this black one. So this one just has water inside, nothing special to it. We're going to go ahead and combine those two together. And what you get is gas, which creates a steady fog flow. Now this is perfect to put on your tables. You can put this next to your food, drinks, if you're hosting a party. And this is a great way to showcase that mysterious fog that you get. Now, what we're going to do is kind of upgrade this to something a little bit more fun. So what we're going to do now is play around with two different types of chemicals. We're going to use regular additional, and we're going to go ahead and use hydrogen peroxide. We're going to showcase what both can do, and then we can take it from there and just try out the experiment. So the first one we're going to go ahead and do is mess around with some dish soap. Go ahead and put that in. I want to give it a little, well, you know what, you don't even have to stir it. So let's go ahead and grab that piece of chunk of dry ice and put that in there. And let's see what happens. So because of the gases inside, which is the salt this doesn't create that big old blast of what we call dry ice fog. But if you blow, you can get that reaction.
Oh, cool.
Now, one cool thing that you can actually do is find with your highlighters, and what we do is we cut them up. And I want you to go ahead and squeeze that
Squeeze
thing
the
down.
ink out? Okay.
Squeeze as much as you can. And now you've turned your dish soap into something different. That's cutter. Okay, you can go ahead and try to blow all that out so you can go ahead and show this. So, as you can tell, there is some different coloring there. And what we can do for this one, we can actually play around with food coloring as well. So I'm going to go ahead and add hydrogen peroxide on this one. Let's see what this does. And we'll go ahead and add some food coloring in there. Now we're going to go ahead and put some dry ice. I'm going to get that. Let's see what happens. So as you can see on the very bottom, it looks like you have worms in there. So this is a cool way to experiment. It has turn blue, so it looks like you're that mad scientist. The worms in there are placed in your diet. You're not recommending to touch it, but it does give it that fear factor where you're actually experimenting with animals or insects and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. Something I would recommend you guys trying out. Another cool experiment that we can do is you can add these small sections into small decorations that you have around the house. For example, we have this skull here. And you could also use kind of like a pumpkin, cut out the pumpkins. You could also use a skull like this that has holes. What I'm going to do is go ahead and add a little bit of water. We're going to install it inside the decoration. And we're going to add a piece of dry ice inside it. So what's going to happen now is this air is going to come out through the mouth, through the eyes. If you have a pumpkin, even if you were to design your own pumpkin, you can put this in there and it will create the fog coming out of its mouth. If you add more dry ice, you're going to get more. So as you can tell, we added some more soap and it's now creating these bubbles. Now what you can do is actually get a cotton cloth and you can go ahead and cut it off.
Oh, wow.
And underneath, you can actually see all the bubbles forming.
And Jesse, this is simply soap,
Dish soap, any type of dish soap,
water.
and then if you want to add food coloring,
Okay.
we can add food coloring and then with the dry ice. So, okay, so now we have some water here. We're going to add the dish soap. Put it in there. All right, so you want to go ahead and put a dry ice in there?
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna get a few. I'm gonna get some.
And as you can see, you got your bubbles forming. And you're not going to get that big dry mist of fog like you see over here. This is going to be more of a slow combustion, slow but steady form of bubbles. You can actually get a cloth and cut that off and redo it. Now, these will pop automatically, but if you get a cotton cloth, you can actually pick it up, move it around, and mess around with it. So what I'm going to do is add some highlighter into this liquid, which is just water, and give it that color effect. And you can do this with larger cups, bowls. Go ahead and add that. You want to go ahead and add your orange to the last
Yeah,
one?
definitely. And here we just have water, correct?
Just water.
Okay.
now what we can actually add is some dry ice into this. Well, actually what we want to do is going to show you something with some black lights. We're gonna go ahead and turn off the lights so that we can turn on the black lights and you can see how clear and cool this will actually shine out. So what we have here is simply just water and any color highlighter. The best one that I like to use is the green one. As you can tell, it looks kind of like a blue. It's really bright when you put this next to a black light. And you can also mix colors around, and you can see this will start to slowly change. And what we can now start to do is add, let's just add a piece of dry ice to one. And now it looks like you have a combination of something very easy, but it's actually just water and highlighter. You can add some soap to this one. And then we can go ahead and add dry ice. And now you're going to get your bubbles that are slowly going to be formed. And we can add hydrogen peroxide to this. And you get a little bit more combustion where you can see. Actually keep it low to the ground to cause that fog experience. Black lights are pretty cool, they're fun, make everything kind of bright and fun. So there you have it. We showed you 3 different methods of using dry ice. I hope you have a lot of fun. Be safe out there. Make sure to disinfect your area once you're done. Parents, get with your kids, get with your nephews, get with anyone that you want to have fun with. Play with dry ice, be very careful. We are going to start promoting our programs on Unplugged, which would be all themed to Halloween. We look forward to seeing your comments, your likes, any suggestions that you may have. Be sure to check us out on social media, Facebook and Twitter, and we'll see you in the next Unplugged video.